All right, we got the spark plugs back in it. Now we're gonna do some front brakes on it. So I need some rotors pretty bad. They have a pulsate to them, and well, I prefer it to be right. So we'll do those and show you how that goes. I'm gonna put some drilled and slotteds on it, so I like the way that they work. Power stops, they're not the most expensive, but they work good with the Z36 pads. So they're the ceramic, what are carbon fiber ceramics. They work pretty nice. Not too much dust on them, and I haven't had them squeal, so I like the way that they run. We're gonna throw a set of those in and do the front and the rear here. I don't know if we'll get to the rear tonight or not, but we're gonna do the fronts anyway. See how this goes. Yeah, the brakes on this thing weren't really that old. They're just been sitting. So they rusted the surface of the rotors on it, and it's got new pads and calipers, it looks like, but the rotors are junk. So we're gonna do the rotors and pads on it at least. Looks like it was rubbing just slightly too. Well, the add a leaf and the shocks look pretty good. Alright, now we gotta get calipers tore apart and rotors ripped off. There, got the rotors and brake pads on. Put the caliper back on and we'll be done with the front. Got the other side done already. They look pretty nice on there. I know that they work good. I've used them on other vehicles, so we'll get it stuffed back together and see if we can get the backside done on this thing too. I don't know if we'll get it done before supper or not. It's already up to after 5 o'clock now, so well, we'll see what we get done. Alright, get these back ones popped off of here. We'll get these buzzed off and get both sides buzzed off, and Cole will do one side, I'll do the other, and we'll get them knocked out pretty fast. Cole's learning some of this mechanic work stuff pretty good, so he's taking quite an interest in it. So he built himself a mini bike too. So I wish you'd have done some filming on that, because that turned out pretty nice. It rips pretty good. Maybe we'll show you that thing sometime too. Get this thing jacked up and get the wheels off of it. Show you what the back rotors look like. They aren't much better than the front. Get the wheel ripped off of here. We'll be all done with this thing pretty quick. Calipers are pushing back pretty nice on the front, so we'll see that whether the back does the same thing or not. Hopefully. It's got new calipers on it all the way around, so new anyway, ish. I don't know how long they've been sitting, but they still have their finish on them, so they're not that old. They've all been replaced at some point. So we'll get this tire ripped off of here and check out these brakes. No wonder why the pedal was a little squishy. So we'll get these things done and it won't take long. Everything's, you can see that the pins move. I can feel them anyway. Pins will move, so they'll all compress back pretty nice, I think. Give them a little push. Yeah, everything moves good. This is going to go pretty quick. We'll show you what the finish looks like. This thing is going to stop like on a dime now. So we'll get to. Well, this side's going to need a little extra help. Pins are stuck on this side; they don't move. So we'll have to see if we can get those ones to loosen up. Otherwise, we might need to be getting a caliper too. Hope not. I was hoping we could just do this quick and easy, but it's not looking like it now. We'll let you know how it turns out. Hey, what's everybody's preference on brake cleaner? I got some of this stuff. I like it because it's cheap. I mean, the price I can get it from Rock Auto for, it makes it pretty hard to beat the price. I mean, right now it's only like $2.50 a can. I mean, yeah, you got a little bit in shipping, but man, $2.50 a can versus $10 plus for everything else at the parts store. Buy a box of this stuff. I mean, it's cheap and it works good, so that's why I use it. I don't know about you guys. These two right here were gummed up pretty hard, so we'll wash some of this rusting crap out of here and we'll get them lubed back up and spray enough in there so it starts to come out clear, or somewhere close to clear. It's looking a lot better now. There. You know, Cole's inside getting the pins cleaned up on that thing, so we'll get those things lubed up and put back in after we get this bracket off of here and get the clips off of it and the new brake pads put in. We gotta check out what the parking brake shoes look like too, so Cole's back with the pins. We'll see how those fit. Yeah, they look pretty nice. Cleaned them up on a wire wheel. There, they fit much nicer now. Gotta get some grease on them yet and blow those out with some air and get that rest of that brake cleaner out of there. Whatever other rust dust blows out. So we'll get that done and keep going, I guess. Pull those rotors off and check out those e-brake shoes. I've got them just in case we needed to do them, but I hate to have to find parts halfway through a project. Try to get everything I need to ahead of time. Alright. Yeah, Cole's getting this last side put together and we're running out of daylight. So daylight savings time already. It's kind of nice to have daylight later, but I wish they'd leave the time alone one way or the other. I opted to do the parking brake stuff another time when I decided to pull the hubs off the rear axle and decided to do all that stuff. So Cole's doing pretty good at this. Next time we do e-brake stuff, we'll have to change out some cables probably and a few other pieces inside. we'll get this side finished up and go in and get some supper. Supper's a little late tonight, so. There. Plenty of Ugga-Duggas. Everything's tight on that one. Let's throw this wheel back on and be done with this thing. See if Cole can heave that thing up there. There we go. They're not too heavy. They're only 285s on the factory wheels. Factory wheels on these are pretty light. We'll get these things cranked down, and I don't know if we'll take it for a ride tonight or not. We might, but it'll be dark by then, so I don't know if we'll take you along or not. Thanks for watching, everybody. If we don't, we'll let you know how it goes, and we'll get to doing some other stuff on this thing here shortly too. Gotta do a fuel filter yet and a few other little things. So yeah, the spark plugs turned out pretty nice. Quiet it right down. I don't hear any more blow by, so it's doing everything it was supposed to. So. Alright, today we're going to change the tranny pan on it. The drain plug's got a leak, and I'm not sure whether it's just the gasket on it or whether it's the threads are messed up in it too. So instead of having to drain the pan twice, I'm just going to swap it out for a deeper pan and a little better cooling capacity. So we'll get this thing dropped off of here and get the fluid draining and see how that looks. So we'll get to it. Alright, see, it's a little damp down there. I'm just not knowing. I'd rather have a better pan on it anyway. Let's see if we can drop that, crack that loose, and we'll put this drain plug spinner on it if it'll work. These things usually start leaking pretty much right off. Keep you from getting your fingers all covered in oil. That doesn't look too bad. No, it's not too bad. Got a pretty clean pan, so we'll see what's in the oil after it settles out too. Alright, we'll get back to you when we start ripping the bolts out of this thing after it's done running. Alright, to install this new filter with this new pan, it says that we're supposed to trim off approximately 3/8 of an inch off the oil pickup. This pan doesn't have all the same shapes that the original one does, so it also comes with a clip that's supposed to help hold it up into place better. So, well, my method's going to be to stick a rag inside here, and I think we're going to just slide it through the bandsaw and cut the end of it off. Pull the rag out and pull all the rest of the chunks out of with it. We'll be all done. Back of the transmission, and then we'll slap this new pan up here. See if we can make a dry sealing surface as much as possible. We'll wipe it down with some brake clean. Throw this pan up here now. See if we can keep this gasket somewhere as close to straight. I wish these things come with a more rigid gasket. There, we got that thing caught with that gasket a little bit. The cork gasket had a little bit of a roll to it and didn't want to stay in place. Kids are out here on their Power Wheels. Hi. Fluid was pretty clean. I don't see any shimmers in it. There's a little bit of dirt that fell in the pan from taking the pan bolts out. but overall looks like it's pretty good clean fluid, so that makes me feel good. I don't have a ticking time bomb in there waiting to detonate, so that'll be good. Now we'll get this thing started up here. We got 10 quarts in it now, and we'll start it up and see where it's at. Now let's cycle it through the gears and get everything filled back up. Go check the fluid level. Worst part about this thing is that it's going to be all over the stick from pouring it in, so we'll see what we can do anyway. Still low. Check it one more time. High on that side. This side it's just barely touching the ball on it, which tells me it's probably still a quarter too low. So we'll throw at least one more quart in it and see how it goes. Just starting to come up into the cold range. Perfect. We'll go take this thing for a run and see how the brakes are and check the training fluid level when we get back. See how all that's doing. So, didn't look like there was any leaks under it, so that's a plus. Well, sounds like it's running a whole lot better now with all those plugs changed. Hopefully this old girl will last us a while. It's a pretty nice vehicle overall. It's big and spacious inside. Let's take this thing for a ride. Well, we got all the kids out for a test drive, at least most of them. All the boys anyway. Get the brakes seated in and we'll head home. The brakes need to be seated in so that you don't prematurely wear out your brake pads, and so that it hits the rotor right also, so you don't get a sticky spot in them somewheres. We're on a dirt road right now anyway, but still got one exhaust leak that I got to take care of, but we got to get some acetylene for the torch before we can take care of that one. I got to burn the studs out and replace a gasket, so hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. That'll be another day. Alright, we're about to head home. Go get some lunch. It's past lunchtime, so Billy's getting hungry. Snow's going pretty fast here right now. It's almost 70 degrees out. It's 68 right now. It's supposed to get up to 71, so it's quite a heat wave for us mid-March. So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. I'd like to see you next time, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider it. We've got other stuff planned for this stuff, so whether it's working on mechanical stuff or doing stuff out in the woods. Thanks for watching, everybody. Love to see you next time.